I'm going to chant Om 3 times and then the opening prayers. You're all on mute, but you can follow along with me. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Okay. We have requested Kavita ji to come sing with us. She's part of our family. She is a CHT. She is a well-known devotional singer.
मीठे रस से भरी राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे, मने खारो खारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे.
I extend a very, very warm welcome to our guests of honor, our distinguished honorees, our 45 graduating counselors of the tradition, their families and friends, our dedicated faculty, the faculty associates, and all the supporters and friends of HCI. We thank you so much for being here. So let me tell you a couple of the noteworthy accomplishments at HCI this year. We doubled the size of our CHTs, or the Counselors of Hindu Tradition. We are now 45 strong, and this group has a footprint all over the world. It's international. We have graduates from US, from Canada, from Australia, from India, and also from South Africa. We have 3 individuals in our midst who are pioneers in this field who will be entering the Hindu chaplaincy program with our partner GTU. All of us who attended the 9-month course at HCI had many aha moments, gathering new knowledge throughout the sessions as we listened to the many experts talk to us about subjects covering mental health, physical health, ethics and privacy, case management, Hindu dharma. We had a lot of interfaith dialogue and many other relevant subjects. We had people from all over the world who were highly accomplished and qualified Karam yogis who provided their time, their knowledge, tirelessly and selflessly. One of those speakers who never failed to impress us all with his storytelling prowess and knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita is Gaurav Rastogi. His signature appears in just about everything at HCI.
Thank you, Nishta ji. Thank you very much. Namaskar and a warm welcome to everyone who's here. What explains the phenomenon that is HCI, with all of us gathered here and all the collaborators and supporters that have made all of today's event possible? In this, Sri Krishna says, but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. And this sense of there is a sense that when single-minded people get together in a complete state of surrender, with an openness of the heart and a desire to engage in loka samgraha, then divine forces also combine to preserve and propel onward this journey and the momentum that is received. And that's what you're seeing on display here today. So let me talk to you about the journey in 4 steps. And step 1 was just this. We created a program based on Karma Yoga, because Karma Yoga is the philosophy of union through action. We combined it with Hindu methods. We created a course of Counselor of Hindu Tradition, and there was a sense of a karmic currency. We called it Om dollars, and the whole thing was that this program will be run by volunteers through volunteer effort. And with that, the program began, and this was step 1. And what resulted was the Counselor of Hindu Tradition course, which is a powerful volunteer service learning program. That was step 1. This is the 4th year of the program, and every year we tend to move 1 step forward. Step 2 was we applied chaplaincy protocols. Chaplaincy, popular notion, even we thought initially that this was an exclusive preserve of the Christian faith, but it is not so. We learned through our conversation with GTU that chaplaincy is now an interfaith project. And so we applied chaplaincy protocols, and you're going to meet Dr. Kamal later today. You're going to meet Bruce G later today. And so we reached out for interfaith best practices because you see, Hindus have not been in the diaspora business for many generations, but other people have. And other traditions like the Jewish faith, they've continued to learn and propagate the tradition over hundreds of generations. So we reached out and learned from all the interfaith best practices that we could find. And then we arrived at what we call the Hindu spiritual care continuum of care. And that allowed us to think about the volunteers that we have, but also think about what professional qualifications we might graduate onto. And with that, we were lucky enough again to find help from in step 3, where we met GTU, and through Dr. Kamal, we were introduced to the interreligious chaplaincy program. And you're going to meet Asha ji later today. We also got funding for the pathway, and we created the pathway to chaplaincy. The Hindus have not been chaplains ever, but now sometime soon they will be the first Hindu chaplain graduating through this curriculum. And later you're going to hear more about updates from us on the pathway to chaplaincy, and we have a lot of exciting updates. That was step 3. Step 4 it wasn't enough to do this for Milpitas or California. We needed to reach out around the world, because the sense we had was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is one family. And so we needed to reach out, and we found this year we're graduating scholars from 5 different countries, 4 different continents. Right? We have the US and Canada, we have South Africa, India, as well as Australia, a very special relationship. And now we have a powerful global program for spiritual care on Hindu foundations. And this is step 4. So that's what you're seeing all through today, which is essentially people that are a community that is engaged in tireless, selfless service, which is karma yoga, with the intention of global welfare, which is loka samgraha, and the attitude of seeing the entire world as their family.
Hello, namaste again. And I'm so happy all of you are here. I welcome everybody wholeheartedly on this very, very special graduation day. It's got really, we're doing some history-making, benchmarking kind of thing as a team. The biggest accomplishment I think we have is we are setting a new standard for teamwork on karma yoga, on selfless efforts. She is a VC. She is a philanthropist. She is what she calls herself as a change agent. I think what we are doing meets some of her criteria at some level. I think we'll let her speak to that.
Yes, okay. Kailash, thank you for having me address your graduating class. I'm honored to be here and delighted to be here. And I would like to say that, if it wasn't for Kailash and Gaurav, I may not have participated in this worthwhile project. But because of, Kailash's, strong vision in this whole program and his commitment to this project, it has been a joy to really be involved in this. Hindu. And Hinduism is having a huge impact, actually, on the way of life here and the way we think about business and culture. So I think this is such an apt moment for us to be launching this incredibly important chaplaincy. And I didn't even know that such a program was possible. So kudos to Kailash and Gaurav to have even thought about it, put this together, and given us all an opportunity to participate in this. It's an honor and it's a joy to see all of you graduating and a very exciting new batch coming up. And we look forward to actually this program amplifying itself many, many times over, because this is one of the few kind of universalist philosophies that Sanatana Dharma actually has. And it's critical that in these times of, and in interesting times of sort of what's happening in the world, I think it's important that, Hindu chaplains talk about the importance of how there is nothing but oneness of individuals, even howsoever different we may be. There is no difference between skin color, age, wealth, nothing. We are, radically one soul. And that universalist philosophy comes through such a program. So powerful times ahead, and wishing you all great success going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashaji. We so much appreciate your time and sharing all those thoughts. We're just going to talk briefly about the fellowship program. And so I think you've already learned so far that she's very generously given us a kind of a funding avenue that makes chaplaincy education less financially burdensome on people, but more, I think it's a sort of a appreciation of the community to individuals who are going into Hindu chaplaincy to say, we support you. We're going to wish for your success because you're going to come and help the community at large. So that is a generous gift. We have a program that we have defined. And the first group, when we announced the program 3-4 months ago, we were expecting a few applications. We are absolutely amazed at the response we have received globally. Over 30 applications came in a very short time, highly accomplished people. We've gone going through the process. And at this point, I would like to introduce to you my distinguished colleague, Dr. Mukund Acharya. He's a board member, resident faculty, and a mentor and a advocate of compassionate presence, amazing individual. We have a privilege of having him on our team, and he's heading the process for finalizing the fellowships. And so I'll introduce Mukundji now and have him speak a few words, and then we can move on. Mukundji.
Thank you, Kailashji. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Ashaji and the foundation for the generosity in making these fellowships a reality. Ultimately, everything we do at HCI is designed to train, support, and encourage each other and others to give back to our community and to serve members in a meaningful way. The work of a chaplain, whether it be in a home, at a university, or in a hospital setting, is immensely important. And those who seek the support of a chaplain are invariably driven by their faith. In our world, there's a lack of chaplains who are brought up in and understand the Hindu faith. So HCI's goal to train and deploy the 108 Hindu chaplains will fill a huge void worldwide.
It is my turn to introduce the next speaker. Thank you, Kailashji. Thank you very much, Mukundji. Along the journey, you always, find that one special friend that makes everything possible. And we are fortunate to not just find one, but two special friends who are here today to speak. And they're going to speak in quick succession. They're mutual friends, of course, but they're very dear friends to HCI. I have the pleasure of introducing you to Dr. Kamal Abu Shamse. He's the director of the Interreligious Chaplaincy program at GTU, and he is, he's served for long as a chaplain and now runs this program, and has been a strong advocate, a strong supporter of HCI and getting Hindus into chaplaincy. So without his support, we would not be here. Without his guidance, without his patience, without his counsel, we would not be where we are. So we really appreciate all the wonderful things that Dr. Kamal does for us. And I'm glad to welcome him back to this session and would like to invite him to please say a few words to us.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste, and congratulations to the counselors of Hindu tradition. And thank you for this kind introduction, Gauravji. It has been a wonderful journey, getting to work with the Hindu Community Institute and to affirm the goals and what the GTU, the Graduate Theological Union, stands for. We found in HCI a leading partner for spiritual care, not just in the Bay Area, but globally. And for that, I'm very thrilled to work with you and to welcome the new cohort of chaplaincy students. When we look at the chaplaincy, yes, it is rooted in Christianity. However, we look at it and we find a foundation in our respective traditions. For me as a Muslim, I work with Hindus, I work with Jews, I work with people of all faith and no faith. And as I'm doing that, and that's what I challenge my students to do, I work to build my own identity. And that's what we'll be working on, strengthening students through the different courses and dialogue will be strengthening their Hindu identity. And this is very important because religious minorities and minorities in general in the US has been working in silos for a long time. For me, I witnessed the growth of many communities, starting with building religious institutions away from home, away from the homeland. And then we look at the new generation, the children, and we say we want to build schools from Sunday schools and to full-time schools, and then we start to build institutions. And we want to bridge that gap between the hyphenated identity, whether be it the Hindu American, whether be it the Jewish American, whether be it any identity that you might have, to put it to service. So for this, what we do is we work on creating safe and empowering spaces for people to get to talk about the differences. As the late eldest daughter of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., who said, Yolanda King said, let's talk about differences. Let's talk about differences until differences make no differences. That means we have a shared value, universal value and ethics, and we are empowered by our traditions, our respective traditions, to come together to work on in spaces when people are in vulnerable positions. And we do that because of our care. We care about the people, and that will make us also better human beings. That is the global mission, and that's what we do at the Interreligious Chaplaincy Program. With this, I congratulate the Hindu Community Institute and thank the donors who make this fellowship available. I'm on the committee that we are interviewing the scholars, and this is groundbreaking that will also inspire many, many communities in the US. As they say, we work local. That means we are local, yet our impact is global. We impact the world, and we let the world impact us. Those that we serve, we impact their lives, and their lives enrich us, enrich our lives, and we will become better human beings. It's not an easy work, whether be it working in schools, in jails, in the armed forces, next to someone on their deathbed. This is hard work. Yet it is profound, it's prophetic, it makes us really good because we are impacting souls at the most needing time. With this, thank you so much, Guravji and Kailashji. It has been an enriching experience for me personally. While we do that all on Zoom, I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. Thank you and namaste.
My next introduction is effortless, natural, from the heart. Of the people who have brought us to this point with their inspiration, energy, and ideas, we've been lucky. You're meeting some of them today, and it's my pleasure to now invite here Felstein. I'm sorry. He is from day one. We were lucky to find him, or he found us. Doesn't really matter now. We're together. We call him Bruce G, by the way. So his last name is sort of sometimes get forgotten, but and he calls us with our own G. G is a middle name at HCI. Nobody can be without the G. So we just want to make sure everybody knows that. And so he is a pioneer. His life history is amazing. He went from medicine to chaplaincy to humanitarianism. So he's a blend, actually, of how he describes himself: medicine, Judaism, and spirituality or philosophy. And he dates it back to a 12th century rabbi who had the same footprint and the same life's experience, and more important, the same impact on humanity. So his life has somehow been modeled after that. He founded the Jewish chaplaincy program at Stanford University, which is a very significant program now. He was head of Neshama, which is the global conference of rabbis, Jewish rabbis. And he is into interfaith. He's highly respected in the community. He is probably the best description of compassionate presence. The moment you see him, that he exudes that. That is him. And so we've been very fortunate and very influenced. And HCI, the philosophies and the thinking behind HCI of learning from interfaith, seeking the best practices and following the leaders is paying us very well. And we owe a lot of gratitude to him. And with that, I say, Bruce, please come and give us that fantastic wisdom of yours to this graduating class.
Oh, Kailashji, Garavji, hello everyone. Namaste, a deep bow. How good that we exist, huh? How glad that we are here. And how grateful I am to be here. Let me just dispense with all the greetings to the distinguished speakers and deans and faculty and alumni, and just focus to you, our graduates. And I want to say our, because you know what? I'm honored to include myself, if you'll allow me, as family and friend. Since the beginning and the inception of this, I would never have guessed. When I was an emergency physician, I injured my back. The spine surgeon said, Dr. Feldstein, your MRI test shows you need to find a new work style. I could not have imagined or dreamed in that moment, in that disruption, that I would become a chaplain. And here I am, and yet here I am. As Kamal mentioned, our foundation that brings us here is in our tradition. It's in a common commitment that all of us share. All of us on this call, there's something that brings us all here. It's our unique yet common commitment, responding to the cry in the street. And that's part of my answer to the phenomenon, Gauravji, of the Hindu Community Institute. We're responding to the cry in the street, and it's not been responded to in the Hindu community. And I recognize that from my experience with Jewish community. And our foundation is also grounded in our common humanity. I'm thinking, what could I possibly say in just a few moments? There's so much. I would just love to give over to you, our graduates, as you go on. But I want to honor the commitment that brought you here, your yes. But also to say that yes is something that's ongoing, that we say over and over again. And so, what could I say? So I'm thinking maybe just a brief story. A story of an encounter that I had, turns out, with a man named Munshi, an elderly Hindu man. And I'm a Jewish chaplain from Stanford. I received a call actually from my cousin in Detroit. So I'd like to just share this moment, because there's something about it that, while it's a particular moment, it's true for every single encounter I have as a chaplain providing spiritual care, encountering the person before me. And whether it's an individual, whether it's a student, at the level of their individual life, and Asha, I want to say also at our geopolitical level as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to talk about the joy of service and also the responsibility. So I got this call to come and visit Munshi. He came from my hometown, Detroit. He had an advanced pancreatic cancer. He was now living with his son in an apartment local to Stanford, and I went over to visit him. I had not met him before, but that's a common thing. And before I walked up to visit, I always stop and prepare myself. I prepare my attention and intention in the spirit of service. What matters most for you, Munshi, who I'm about to meet, is what matters for me. May I bring all of my life experience and join with you in your world as it is for you in this moment and for your family, and accompany you from there. And with that, I climbed the stairs. I knocked on the door. I was greeted by his son, who took me into the bedroom. And whether it's at the bedroom or at the bedside, in the hallway, wherever we may find ourselves doing our chaplaincy, it could be in prisons, in the community, in the classroom, in the military. Here I was in the bedroom, and I walked in and I said to him, a respectful bow. He said, please come in, sit down. And I said, and I was struck. Here's this man, beautiful, elderly, sitting up, his back against the wall, his legs folded, wearing a blanket around him. I said, you are a holy man. This is what I said. How do we know what to say? It's words from our heart. And he says, oh, you are a man of God. Please sit down. And that began our conversation. And for nearly an hour, spirited, energetic, he went on to tell me about his life growing up in India. He wanted to tell me about the cancer, and he wasn't afraid of what was happening to him. He was appreciative, and he needed and wanted to share with me deep, deep appreciation. He was a yoga practitioner. I could tell. I wish I could sit the way he sat. And as he shared on and on, he just disclosed so much story. I wish I could go on. His son and his daughter were outside at first in the kitchen listening in, and then they began to walk into the room, and then they sat down on the bed with him as he began to talk. He and I began to talk back and forth. I asked him about his appreciations and for his children, and he shared. And I facilitated for them to share back and forth. Do you have any regrets? Well, no, they really didn't. They expressed their love with each other. I said, well, Munchie, what do you hope for your children as they move on? And he blessed them with his hopes, his admiration, what he wishes to instill for them. Needless to say, there were tears, including my own, as well as for the others. All visits end with a blessing. This is what I learned from that 12th century Rabbi Maimonides. What can I wish for you, Munchie? Knowing I may never see him again. And I don't remember what it was, but you know what? It was from the heart. And whatever the words of from our genuine heart in a moment, that is the core and the heart of prayer. As I walked out, his son wanted to walk me out. He says, you know, I've never seen my father so energized in the last 2 weeks. He's mostly been sleeping. I've never seen him like this and never heard him speak in this kind of way. And you know, that's something that I've recognized often in a long career as a chaplain. And I marvel at it. I stand in awe. And I put up my hands and I say, thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy One, for letting me be well used. I'm grateful for my yes, for saying yes to this in the first place. For when we walk into the room, we're not only bringing what I'll call an architecture in time, a clearing, a space for the sacred to be revealed in the joining together of me and the person who I'm with. And in that moment, this is not just applying something. No, this is a moment of bringing forth new worlds that would not have been. This is bringing forth the sacred into the world. And so I want to bless all of you on your future journeys. I don't know where you're going to go, but please allow yourself every single moment to remind yourself to say yes, to be open, and to be of service, and to find, as I have, the joy in the midst of this service, no matter where and how it may take you, including into moments of great difficulty, of anguish, but there in the midst of it is a profound joy. So I bless you all, and I honor you and stand with a deep bow. Namaste.
All right. All right. So now I'm going to invite all the scholars to please turn on their videos. Please turn on your videos so we can see you. And I'm going to request you to please stand up and take the oath of service. I will pull up the oath of service on the screen so you can see it. You will be on mute, but please repeat after me at your own homes. You're going to stand with your arm up, right hand up, just like this. And I will bring up the oath of service. So please turn your videos on first so that we can see everyone and make sure we are able to join together in this oath of service. All right, good. Now, this is the Counselor of Hindu Tradition Oath of Service. Please raise your right hand. It's been created by the HCI board. Please repeat after me. As a Counselor of Hindu Tradition,
as a counselor of Hindu tradition,
I will serve anyone who seeks my help,
I will serve anyone who seeks my help,
regardless of their ethnic origin,
regardless of their ethnic origin,
religious affiliation,
religious affiliation,
or social standing.
or social standing.
I will serve to the best of my ability,
I will serve to the best of my ability,
with compassion and humility.
with compassion and humility.
I will abstain from any behavior that could cause harm,
I will abstain from any behavior that could cause harm,
and exercise care to maintain strict confidentiality.
and exercise care to maintain confidentiality,
And respect for all concerned.
and respect for all concerned.
Wonderful. Congratulations. You're now counselors of Hindu tradition. And I'm going to invite you. I'm going to invite you to speak. And so I'm going to request you to hold up your certificate just like this. And then we'll say a sentence in response. Let me show you the certificate for all those that are watching. We certify that this individual, Sri Lakshmi ji, we're going to begin with her, has completed the curriculum and requirements set forth by the Board of Directors and is hereby awarded the certificate of Counselor of Hindu Tradition today. Every certificate has a certificate number. This is a number we have begun our series with. Everyone has an individual number, and currently we're going up from 176. All right. With that said, Usha ji, I'm going to invite you to start spotlighting scholars. I'd like to invite Sri Lakshmi ji to please say a line.
Ooh, this is going to be a challenge for me, Guruji.
I see Sri Lakshmi ji. I'm going to spotlight her. We are good. Sri Lakshmi ji, please go ahead.
I'm really humbled and honored to get the certification from Hindu Community Institute and with collaboration with Hindu Council of Australia. My sincere thanks to both the institutions for giving this opportunity to be a graduate. I'm really honored to do this graduation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. Next, Anjana Bhargav. I'm going to spotlight her.
Oh, do you see her? Yeah.
Anjana ji.
Thank you, everyone, and Hindu Community Institute for giving me this opportunity. And I'm really proud to be a counselor in Hindu tradition, and really thankful to everybody in this institute. Thank you.
Next up is Pradnya ji. Pradnya ji, are you here?
I'm extremely happy today and really thankful to HCI and HCA, and I would like to be part of this wider group on this from this day. Thank you.
Wait a second. Let me spotlight you for a second, and then we go off. All right. Thank you, Pradnya ji. Next up, I'm going to invite Ratna ji, Ratna Dutt, to please join in.
Thank you, HCI and CHT, for this opportunity for me to take care of this. I'm really thrilled, and I will promise to uphold the commitments that we have made in this journey. And you guys have opened our eyes in different angles. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ratnaji. Next, I'm going to invite Dr. Dilip Gaglani-ji. Dilip-ji, please come online.
Thank you, Gauravji. Thank you, everyone. Happy Janmashtami to all of them. It's nice to see everyone, and especially thanks to people who have joined, family and friends, teachers. And it's a wonderful experience from last 9 months. I cannot thank enough to the HCI and the board and the teachers who have came forward voluntarily. And let me highlight that. And that's supporting us, enhancing our knowledge skill set. So I really appreciate. Thank you and namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Next, I'd like to invite Nishtha-ji to please say a few words. Nishtha-ji, you might be on mute.
Stay there. That's what
Nishtha-ji, we can't hear you.
Yes. Is this better?
Yes, much better. Please go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. So thank you, HCI, for all those aha moments. And I want to thank all my graduates, because it was just wonderful to be with like-minded people. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nishtha-ji. I'd like to invite Prachi-ji. Prachi-ji, you might need to go off mute.
You're still muted. Prachi-ji, you're muted. You're frozen. We can come back to her, Gauravji.
Okay, Prachi-ji, will come back to you. I'm looking for Rashmi-ji. Where is Rashmi-ji?
Hello.
Is Rashmi-ji?
Yeah, Rashmi-ji had technical problems. Rashmi-ji, we saw you.
Yeah, I don't have a technical problem. Shall I speak or?
Yes, yes.
Please go ahead, Rashmi. Yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you very much, HCI and the Hindu Council Australia, for giving this opportunity. And this is one of the pearls, I will say, that I have picked up in my life journey, and which all began with me doing a yoga teacher training course. I had never imagined that I would be doing something like that. And my friends and family are shocked that, that I'm going to be a counselor for Hindu tradition. And I hope to offer my selfless service on this path and pick up many more pearls just like this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rashmi-ji. Next, we'd like to invite Geeta-ji, Geeta Gurmat-ji, to please speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much for everyone, for especially HCI, for giving me this opportunity to serve the community based on our Hindu principles in particular, and in a whole religion in general. So how we can serve in different ways, in a different space of life. It's an eye opener for me and amazing experience. Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you very much, Geeta-ji. Jayanti-ji, if you're here, I don't see you online. Otherwise, I'll spotlight you. If you're here, please raise your hand and we'll find you.
I'm here.
You're here. Okay, let me get you in. 1 second. Please go ahead, Lakshmi-ji.
No, that's Matsya-ji.
No, Jayanti-ji, where are you now? I'm not seeing you.
She was here.
I thought I heard Jayanti-ji, but I'm not.
Yes, you heard me.
Okay. Are you on Jayanti-ji? Yeah.
Yes, I am on. Yes, first time in 9 months.
Jayanti-ji, please go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Namaste, everyone. I am very grateful to HCI and HCA for organizing this course. 9 months ago, it was very daunting to think of all the assignments and the length of the course. but it has just flown by thanks to all the faculty, the admin, and other people who are doing this wonderful work behind the scenes. So very grateful to all the Karma Yogis. I'm sure that's how Gauravji will put it. And I am an active volunteer, but doing this course and becoming a counselor is going to take me in a very different direction and probably exponentially increase my understanding of community service. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, Jayantiji. Namaste, Devi Mataji. Thank you very much for that wonderful musical presentation earlier today. And now please go ahead.
You're muted.
Thank you so much, Gauravji, for giving the opportunity. Now all these people around the world, they heard the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So thank you so much for that. And namaste, everyone. And I'm going to say a few words because really it's amazing to see how Hindus all over the world unitedly working. So, and today's this ceremony is an example how wonderful you are, how dedicated to your work, and we got the opportunity to get all the fruits of your hard work. Thank you so much for that. And I would like to mention today that, as Bruce G said, that common humanity, the common humanity, that's what my goal is. Common humanity means the common center is, when we have one center, we can draw so many circles around the center. When we have many centers, we are going to intersect with each other. There won't be any peace or any solution. So the common humanity, the center, one center. When we have one center, means regardless of whether Christians, Hindus, Muslims, Jews, Sikhs, or Muslims, or whether African American, Chinese, Korean, or anything, when you have one center, it will be a smooth whole, the whole world will be smooth, because the United Nations going with personal agenda to their own agenda. So that's why they are going, and they are going, the purpose is uniting the nations, but the flags are increasing. So it's a very lovely talk from Bruce G. And then you brought two wonderful people today. That's so beautiful. And then happiness also, because we can see the sadness. Sadness, we are not looking for sadness. Sadness is coming along. We are not working hard to get sadness. So happiness also will come along. That, as Bruji said, that when we our intention and the attention is helping others, how to make other people's life better, we become blissful. We become blissful, and when you put the God in the center, we become eternally blissful and full of knowledge. Once you know the God, you know everything. So that center, when we can keep that center, that'll be so beautiful. Thank you so much for all your hard work. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Didi and Varunji, can I request you to turn your camera on? I'm seeing you, but not your camera. Ridhi ji, Varunji. Okay, there you are. All right, there you go. I'm going to spotlight you. Please go right ahead. You need to unmute.
Done. Namaste, everyone. Thank you, HCA, for your wonderful efforts for bringing this beautiful, very beautiful course to us. We are very, very grateful to you to bring this to us, because this enables us to fulfill our passion of serving the society in the true nature. And I'm very much looking forward to the chaplaincy program as well, so that we can really serve the society and the Hindu diaspora overseas. Thank you, everyone, once again.
Varunji.
Yes, big thank you, everyone. Teachers, with the whole team members. It's a lovely experience. Learned a lot, and just would like to be on the Karma Yoga path. So thank you so much. Thank you. You all have been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Aditi ji, your camera is turned off. Would you mind turning it back on so I can highlight you? Meanwhile, Milind ji, I'm going to request you to speak first, and then we'll catch up with Aditi ji.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, HCI and HCA, and all the volunteers and experts who have given so much knowledge. And I think this is our first step of the 1,000 miles of serving the community. So thanks again for all of you and all the guests who are here for giving your time and sharing your knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, Milanji. Congratulations. Aditi ji, please.
Namaste, everyone. First of all, thank you to HCA and HCI for giving me the opportunity to participate in this course. It has been a huge learning curve, and I have learned so much, and it has prepared me to start my journey in the way of Karma Yogi. So thank you so much. It is really great and a big honor to be here today.
Thank you very much. Roshan ji, I'd like to invite you to talk now.
Namaste all. So first of all, I'd like to thank Hindu HCI and HCA. Just to iterate, I actually thought like I had good knowledge of Karma Yoga, and I was like doing some of the work, but the course has actually helped me to foundation my understanding, as well as learned a lot, especially when looking after the elders and age people. So it is actually an eye-opening for me and a step in the right direction. And finally, I would like to thank a few people who helped me through this, because half the way I was like finally thinking, oh, I think I couldn't complete the course and all. So I'd like to thank Sai ji, Nilima ji, and Prakash ji for pushing me hard and saying that, yeah, this is the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roshan ji. Bharti ji, you're up next.
And I'm honored and thankful to HCI for so much of learning and knowledge and better understanding of so many things. Though, and I have learned a lot, but still I am trying to imply on myself. It takes time. It doesn't changes in one day. And I'm also thankful to Anil Didi for introducing me to this course. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharti ji. Lalita ji, you're up next.
Namaskar, HCI faculty. It's such an honor and a privilege for me. Words doesn't begin to express how grateful I am for this opportunity. Thank you for, from the bottom of my heart, for sharing your knowledge, and to the faculty for your caring and your compassion. That's what I'll take with me from this course. Again, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lalita ji. Sanyasi Kurumagi Murali ji, you're up next.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for HCA and HCA for serving the community. I learned a lot from in the course from the learned scholars. So it will help me to serve the community better. So thank you all.
Thank you, Murali ji. Seema ji, you're up next. You need to unmute.
Namaste, everyone. This course was really a great learning experience, and I'm very happy to complete it. And it's an honor to receive this certificate. And thanks to SGI and all the faculty who made it possible to complete this course. Namaste. Thank you.
Adai ji, your video is turned off. Would you mind turning your video?
Adai ji is not in town, I think. Did you see
No,
him?
I see him, but his video is not turned on. So.
Oh, okay.
Right. Saurabh Panda ji, are you here?
Yeah.
Namaste, everyone. It's really an honor and privilege to be part of this enlightened group. Well, 9 months back, I was curious. There was lockdown. I didn't know what to be done, and this program just came through to, I was just wondering, might be this will be a bit boring and there will be a lot of religious practice stuff. But now I understand how scientifically this curriculum has been defined, and a lot of learning and a lot of way to how we can implement it every day. So I had a lot of, I would say, enlightenment through this program, and looking forward to more contribution in coming months and years. Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful Yelp review. Not boring. Saiji, are you? I'm not seeing you. Nilima ji and Saiji, I need your videos.
Saiji, yeah.
Gauraji, Nilimaji has not joined today.
Okay.
She's driving to the temple. She's volunteering there. It's a pleasure, to be a part of this program. My journey started by exploring for a practice. I was looking for a practice which was not Abrahamic way of doing things, for bringing in the chaplaincy work which HCA has been doing in Australia for many years. And I met I saw this beautiful program, and then I reached out to the program directors, Kalashji and Gauraji. We had an initial chat, and that turned into a partnership for us. I'm really excited to have completed this program, and would like to thank on behalf of the whole management team and the scholars who graduated and the scholars who will be coming into this program, to the HCI board and the HCI team. The faculty has been really, really patient, and a wealth of knowledge which was dished to us. I see so many late nights where I used to disturb them, message them, and then they used to just jump in to join and clarify the questions and so on. So the experience is long, and yeah, I would like to summarize there, and look forward to continuing this program for the benefit of both countries. We see this as this program, the extension of this program. I feel that we are following the sun now. The Hindu counselors or the chaplains or the counselors of Hindu traditions are following the sun. You will find always one awake and be able to provide this service. Namaste.
Namaste. Saiji, I think we'll be bringing you back later in today's agenda. So thank you very much, Saiji, for everything you've done and for getting us here. So thank you. Rachiganji, Saiji represents all the great work that the Australian team has done. And similarly, Vitaganji and Rachiganji are in South Africa. And Rachiganji, I'd like to invite you to please talk. You might be on mute, however.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I think I'm on now. Yeah.
You're on. Yes, we can. Yes, please go ahead,
I want to, first of all, thank the HCI for giving us the opportunity to find ourselves as to what it is that we can do as a service to the community. We always wanted to do something that is my brother and I, and also the rest of the family, but we didn't know how to do it, where our strengths and the weaknesses are. And this is the start of our journey to do that. And I want to thank you all, especially the leadership of the HCI. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachiganji. Thank you very much. Vitaganji, namaskar, please.
You are muted too. Vitaganji is muted. Gauravji?
Yes, I'm not able to hear him.
He is muted.
Can you unmute?
You are muted.
Doctor, you are muted, sir. You are muted. Oh.
We'll come back to you.
He is muted. He is muted.
Oh, he's unmuting. Okay, good.
Okay.
We can't hear you. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Vitaganji, we'll come back to you shortly. Jagdishji, are you here?
No, can you look at next we go to Radha.
No. Jagdishji is here, but he's now come in as Savita.
Oh, he's coming late. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Okay, good.
Yes, sorry, I haven't got my phone. I borrowed my wife's phone to log on. I'm on holiday on a cruise for a month now, so I'm not home. I haven't got a certificate with me. So my apology for not having a certificate, but I did so right now. Yes, I'm very proud with the organization, HCI and HCA, and all the cohorts for important knowledge on counseling and chaplain. I have learned so much from Gaurav-ji, Kailash, Usha-ji, and most of the all our members. So thank you very much. As a part of, I'm proud to be as a part of a global organization, and I'm willing to do my best to, to be a counselor. So in future, maybe hopefully I'll try to do a chaplain course and become a chaplain. Once again, thank you very, very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Jagdish. Radhaji, are you here? You're here, but your camera is not turned on. We have, while she's coming on, Usha-ji, would you like to talk about Radhaji's special
Introduce her properly.
Yeah. Today, we have, in addition to our graduating scholars, Janmashtami, we have another wonderful news to share with all of you. Radhaji is getting married tomorrow. And on behalf of the whole HCI Sangha, we are so proud and happy to wish her the very best. Radhaji, we wish you all both a long and wonderful life, full of adventure and love. And we know you'll always be part of our Sangha, and you will bring in your spouse too. Good luck. Best wishes.
Radhaji, is your video turned on? Are you able to turn on your video?
She was at Haldi, I think, earlier.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I did see her.
Okay.
So people can, yeah.
Umeshji, please.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you, SCI. Thank you, Kailashji. Thank you, Gaurav-ji. Thank you, Usha-ji. Thank you, Nandkishore-ji. And whole faculty members and all SCI volunteers who is working behind the scene so that this program came into existence. It's a great learning, although in short period, with excellence, whole Hindu traditions were made to understand us, and actually knowing to know everything from a different perspective. And it's a great learning for serving on humankind. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Umeshji. We're running a little delayed, so I'm going to request to go faster a little. I'm not seeing Arvi Rangaswamiji. Arviji, if you're here, please raise your hand.
Even I don't see him.
Okay, I'm going to invite Jayakumarji to please say one sentence, and then we'll move on. Jayakumarji, thank you very much for everything you've done, though.
Thanks to HCA and HCI for the wonderful program, and I'm really happy that I have learned a lot of things about life and also about the Hindu tradition. So thanks once again to both the teams, and hope to do the GTU program maybe next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayakumarji. Thanks for everything you've done. Mahalakshmiji, I'd like to invite you.
Namaste, Hari Om. I stand here in awe, humility, and gratitude to the entire HCI Sangha. I won't name people in the interest of time. I just pray to Bhagavan Sri Krishna on this Janmashtami day that I take the tenets of all of the value and wisdom that I've learned from the CHT course and the tenets of Karma Yoga, and intentionally further my service to the community. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Mahalakshmiji. Umeshji, so Sanketji, please go right ahead.
Hello. Thank you very much for a very well-defined course and dedication. It was a wonderful journey, and I hope to implement all those learnings in my community service as a priest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanketji. Now I'd like to invite Saraswati-ji.
Namaste. Sorry, it's coming out. Okay. Namaste all. Thank you so much, CST board members, faculty members, for giving us this opportunity to learn. And you have given me a different dimension to understand the spiritual aspect, how to deal with the spiritual aspect. I just would like to dedicate 2 verses, a verse on Aikimatya Suktam. Sangha Chadvam Samvadadvam Samvo Manansi Janatam Deva Bhagam Eda Purve Sanjananam Pravartate. So let us together emphasize the unity of minds to create healthy, powerful organization for prosperity and happiness of all to promote fellow feeling and righteousness. Thank you very much. Thank you once
Thank you
again.
very much. Shwetaji, please, you're up next.
Namaste everyone, and I would like to say thank you to HCI and HCA. I'm very proud to be a counselor of Hindu tradition, and I'm looking forward to serve the community. And I'd like to sincerely thanks to all the teachers, and especially Sai ji, Gaurav ji, and Usha ji to leading me and helping me for this project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shwetaji. Prachi ji, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us on board. Sincere thanks to all the faculties. You have done an awesome job, and we will do our best going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Prachi ji.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Sai. Rita ji, you're up next. Rita ji, we are not able to hear you. So,
Ratna ji. I'm very grateful to CHT and HCI. I will do my best to help community. I am honored to all faculty members for their hard, dedicated work. You gave me the knowledge and strength to next step to help community, and I will apply in my life. I also connected with the like-minded friends in CHT. Anytime in future I need your help, please be with me, and I'm with you rest of my life. Thank you so much. Happy Janmashtami and Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Rita ji, thank you. Usha Devi ji, I'd like to invite you. And I'm missing Ratna Nisha Singh ji. So if you're here, please come in. Usha Devi ji, please go ahead.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. It's, I think, something that I've been looking for, and I hope I can use all the skills that I've acquired. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Lakshmi ji, I'd like to invite you to come talk for a few seconds.
Namaste. I'm so thankful to the HCI faculty for this outstanding course. It integrates our spiritual philosophy with the framework for community service, and this foundation in Karma Yoga is really the key to carrying our heritage forward so the community works for each other's benefit. I really enjoyed all the discussions with my team, and I'm proud to be a CHT graduate. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. Karthik ji, please. We are not able to hear you. You're on mute.
Thank you to HCA and HCA for putting together this wonderful and very well structured program. We have tried this in Australia a long back. We have been trying to do this, and somehow it never went through. And I think the COVID and the movement to online teaching and the acceptance has really helped a lot. This was a very comprehensive and well-structured program. And we are actually, as a part of the next stage, we're already working towards implementing in selected universities and taking it further from there. And again, it was wonderful to be a part. And thanks to the HCA team for allowing me a little bit more time to submit my homework, which I otherwise might not have done.
Thank you, Karthik. Yeah, all right. Nagesh ji, namaskar, please.
Namaste, everybody.
Everybody, just one sentence. Thank you. We've got other interesting things for you now.
Go ahead, Nagesh.
Yeah, good idea. One sentence is a good idea. Please.
Yeah. Thank you very much to all the faculty of HCI and also all the supporting faculty who have helped to show the path and also to share their knowledge to achieve what we have achieved in the last several months.
Thank you, Nagesh ji.
Sincerely.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Nagesh. Aarti ji, you're up next.
Yeah. Thank you, HCA and HCI, for this amazing opportunity that's been given by you guys. And I would like to thank Saiji for the push that he has given me to complete the assignments and complete the course on time. And thank you so much. I would like to take these learnings and implement in the community service that we are already doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Artiji. Madhuriji, I'd like to invite you to come and talk.
Muted.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And it's a start for our life, like you all collecting Om dollars. We will like to even make the interest rate more better. And this is a start for like most of us. And looking forward to do the next step in the course and learning. Thank you.
Sorry. Nirupamaji, sorry. Nirupamaji, you're up next. Sorry.
Hi. Thank you very much. My sincere thanks and appreciation to HCI and HCA as well, especially to Saiji for bringing this course to my knowledge. I enjoyed so much over the 9 months. I entered the course with a very different expectation that I would be hearing a lot of religious lectures, but it was a wonderful compilation of various phases of life, and I hope I have got enough skills to put it into practice in my future life. Thank you very much. Thank you to all.
Thank you very much, Nirupamaji. Yeah, another wonderful Yelp review. Nishaji, you're up next, and if there's anyone we missed, one line, please. Thank you.
I want to express my deepest gratitude to all educators for this gift of knowledge. And grounded in this wonderful learning experience, I look forward to serving the community in future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nishaji. All right, with that, I hope I've covered everyone that had their videos on. I'm going to remove the spotlight. All right, thank you very much. We'll move to the next part of the program. Congratulations once again to all the scholars. And I now invite Saiji, if you could talk about the, Ushaji maybe, Punitji is introducing Saiji. Saiji, a couple of minutes about the wonderful relationship that we have with you. Punitji.
Can you all hear me?
Okay, yes.
So first of all, I want to congratulate everyone for this wonderful achievement. And I am honored to introduce to you Saiji. And Saiji has, is a very multifaceted, multi-talented person. And it's an honor to request him to go ahead and address everyone here. Saiji is a technologist, an entrepreneur, an innovator, and a community volunteer. And he has opened an open source technology service company and founded fundraising organizations to help the newly migrated and international students. He's the director of the HCA, as you may have guessed from several of the graduates who have been brought on board by Saiji. And he's a multicultural ambassador for Mental Health Foundation for Australia. He has been instrumental in the partnership of HCI with HCA, the Hindu Council of Australia, and has brought on a lot of breadth and depth and a new way of looking at things and opening our eyes as to how things are in Australia and possibly in different places, so that we are not limited to a local geographic region. So thank you, Saiji, and go ahead and take the mic.
Namaste. About to my Mata, Pita, Guru and Daivam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. As I was briefly explaining before, in my seek or journey in finding a suitable program for us Hindus in serving in various organizations, whether that is hospitals, corrective services, education, and corporates, and aged care. I was doing this search across the world, finding a course which can be tailored and more suitable to our needs. And I found that at HCI. When I saw the prospects for last year's course, I enrolled myself to learn this from the experts. And then I saw this beautiful lending hand from the HCI board to see if they can take that one step further and extend it to the whole community down here in ANZ. We didn't have very high expectations on how many enrollments we would get. We thought 5 to 10 would be a good start for this year as a prototype or a pilot to work together across this 7 oceans to bring this program into this country. But the response speaks the need of the hour. We had over 70 applications in the short span. And then we selected about 52 people, as we could not stop at 40 and we had to take some, but we also spread the balance between the different states in Australia. So we had almost in Australia where we did not get any response, but even the completion rate was quite grand. We had over 60%, 60 to 70% who graduated from this program. The program was exactly what is needed and how it is to be delivered in various cares, right from the entire life cycle for a Hindu. So it was very well accepted here by all the learning scholars and also the faculty. Such a wealth of experience and patience in not only answering but also going beyond to help us in taking this journey or stepping into this journey. The board was very helpful. We did have some issues in terms of timings and others, but those are all part of our learnings. And the big picture, the grand picture for us was bringing this service across the globe. And now, as I was saying before, I see this as a follow the sun model for chaplaincy, the Hindu chaplaincy. It's a great outcome. It's a great achievement for both, and it's a great collaboration and partnership between Hindu Council of Australia and Hindu Community Institute. We look forward to taking this journey further up and strengthening this program and bringing more, taking this service to more states and regions which we missed out in our early prototype. We're also looking forward to blending this program into the Australian rules, the local law and local governance compliance measures. I also like to take up opportunity to thank the leadership team, HCA leadership team. We had 8 of them: Prakash ji, Surendra ji, Nihal ji, Muralidharan ji, Jagdish ji, Gopinath ji, Jayaraman ji, and of course many others who were part of this scholar team, but also helped me in many activities. Abhijit ji from Melbourne has been a great instrumental help as well. So with that note, I thank once again to all the scholars, the faculties, and HCI board. Namaste.
Thank you very much, Saiji. Thank you very much for the wonderful work and the amazing partnership we have. Mukunji, I'd like to invite you to please introduce the next subject.
Thank you, Gaurav-ji. So it is now a distinct honor for me to present to you one of the 2 Karma Yogi honorees for this evening. It has become a tradition at HCI over the past 3 years to highlight our CHT graduation ceremony by recognizing and honoring 2 individuals who have set a high standard for us through a lifetime of exemplary and selfless service. Dr. M.R. Rajagopal is a physician extraordinaire and a palliative care visionary who was awarded the Padma Shri by the Government of India in 2018 for his extraordinary lifetime achievements. Widely known as the palliative care father of palliative care in India, Dr. Rajagopal is an internationally known palliative care physician, a legendary humanitarian, healer, and thought leader. He is founder and chairman of Palim India, which is based in Trivandrum in Kerala. Almost single-handedly, Dr. Raj fought for government authorization of regulated supply of pain medication for patients in desperate need of relief. This was for many years a David versus Goliath-like struggle. He was successful in getting these laws passed, and now he is working to get them implemented properly. He has personally administered compassionate care for thousands of people across India suffering from serious and chronic illnesses, almost all of them free of any cost. Even today, he remembers the personal stories of all those whose lives he touched. He has helped the setup of many palliative care centers across India, as well as in training of medical personnel, doctors, nurses, and social workers to administer palliative care. His pioneering work in promoting palliative care and relief from suffering across India have earned him numerous awards and honors worldwide, including a nomination for the Nobel Peace Prize. On a personal note, Dr. Raj introduced me to the concept of palliative care, and he has brought me along my journey to where I am today, to a large extent. So, Dr. Raj, we at HCI are very honored to have you accepted our Karma Yogi Award for 2022. We would be happy if you could say a few words to our graduating scholars and guests.
Namaste. Mohanji, thank you very much. And all at HCI, what a huge honor. I am greatly privileged to be with you this evening. As Mohanji said, I am a palliative care physician. Unfortunately, that phrase palliative care is often misunderstood. It's not only for cancer, it's not only for dying people, it's for anyone in serious health-related suffering. That said, it becomes particularly important towards the end of life, and particularly for the Indian diaspora outside India. And particularly for the Indian diaspora who are young in USA and whose parents or grandparents are in India. I'll explain why. I won't take long. For those in ailments in USA, commonly it is said that not only Indians, people of origin of other ethnic strata do not access palliative care very much. This usually comes out of misunderstanding and also because of some discomfort in an alien culture. The result is very often intense suffering, intense emotional, social, and spiritual distress. And when I talk about spiritual distress, certainly it may be connected to faith or religions, but it's also about the connections. Elderly people very often who had once migrated to USA feel drawn to their roots, and this can be a major issue. And there is somebody who understands them, is willing to listen to them, is vitally important. For the children who have parents, maybe seriously ill, maybe towards the end of life in India, the agony is extreme. Newspapers write about children who abandon patients and add to the suffering. They have their own lives to lead. Our generation send our children across to USA, and then how can we grumble that they are not looking after us? They also need understanding. Thank you once again for your great honor that you are bestowing on me. I would make 2 requests. One, if you know of somebody in India who is in pain or other suffering and requires palliative care, please connect them with us. Mukundji, if you will please put up the our web address on the chat box, I'll be greatly pleased. And there the telehealth services will come up. Even if we do not have palliative care services in some parts of the country, many parts of the country, we can also always do what we can over a telehealth line, and that's free. Friends, you have done my colleagues a great honor by acknowledging the value of our services. I once again thank you very much and look forward to walking with you on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Raj. I will certainly get that information out to the entire Sangha. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Raj, and thank you very much, Mukundji, for introducing Dr. Raj here. I'm going to request a very dear friend who's here, and I asked him out of the curriculum to come in and speak. So Dr. Meher Meghani is here. He's one of the founders of Indo-American Foundation, and since Meher was here, I requested him to speak for a minute. He's a great supporter of HCI and of course great relationship with HCA as well. So Meher, please, thank you.
Yeah, namaste and happy Shri Krishna Janmashtami, a great way to spend the evening here in the West Coast in the US. So just want to thank, as I put in this Slack channel here, all the graduates here. This is amazing, and I'm a physician, but I feel like, Gaurav, I need to take this course. It's just really inspiring. And want to thank the faculty and both organizations, HCA and HCI, for really putting this together. Kailashji and Gaurav, for your vision in getting this off the ground. I'm glad to be a personal supporter of everything that's happening, and also on behalf of all of us at the Hindu American Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Meher Bhai. I really appreciate you took time out to join us today. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite Anilji. Anil Didiji leads our volunteer services, and he's going to introduce our next Karma Yoga honoree. Anilji.
Thank you, Gauravji. Namaskar, everyone. Very happy Janmashtami, and heartiest congratulations to the freshly minted CSTs. And I had the fortune of, as part of the Living Foundation organization, seated by Gauravji, to be part of the first batch, and it's really heartening to see the new batch come up and the enthusiasm everyone demonstrates. The honor is truly my own. I see this as a big privilege, and for HCI as an organization to invite Madanji as the Karma Yogi honoree this year for the graduation. We can all see him there. Namaskar, Madanji. And Madanji's association with HCI started in 2018 with the first batch, but as somebody who has been in the Bay Area since 1968 and been associated with the diaspora service activities ever since, right? Whether it was to set up the first temple in San Francisco with help of Dr. Ramamurthy, or later when he got into spiritual care of Shastriji at the Fremont Temple, which pivoted his life to a very fast-paced, service-oriented contributions, right? He has been a pillar, I would say, unmatched in his service for a very specific area of our lives, which is something which we all go through and at some point of time in our lives, which is related to last rites, right? And I have been so fortunate, and HCI has been so fortunate to be associated with Madanji, because he's, we have all observed him up close in last 4 years, and his huge wealth of knowledge, deep experience in serving the community with process of last rites. He's really been somebody who's been contributing for multiple decades now in this I would say, the most sensitive hour of need for anybody who's there, diaspora or non-diaspora, right? So his contributions to defining the process, which is extremely reliable, can be operationalized seamlessly. His vast knowledge of temples, priests, funeral homes, his huge amount of support to HCI to work out MOUs, lock and step. And now for last so many, I would say close to 18 months now, working from the trenches with us as a volunteer, it's amazing. And whether it is 7 a.m. in the morning or 10:30 p.m. In the evening, his calm and soothing voice, when the callers listen into that and they get really very pinpointed feedback or address, he addresses their request, right, in completeness. And that is a time we feel, as Bruce G was saying earlier, right, that we've given back to the community in complete responsibility, and the joy that emanates from that, addressing that request is completely unparalleled, right? So thank you so much, Madanji, for your untiring efforts and your vision to make it a scalable service. And we are really honored to have you today with us. And I would request you to say a few words to the newly minted CSTs in particular, and the August gathering that we have of the guests and mentors to HCI. Please.
Namaskar, everybody. First, I should like to congratulate all the new graduates. Our community always have a need for the people who are ready to serve others. And this need always keep increasing as the number of people from India or with the Sanatan Dharam faith are moving into America and also Australia. I would, well, I'm not worth so much of praise as they have Anilji has given to me. I'm just a Karma Yogi. I found this need in 2008 or 9, and since then, me and my wife, who been giving me full support, have been serving the community, touching those who really need a hand, a touch when they are in sorrow and grieving. I wish their tears, I could take them to heaven and build a stairways where they could go and see the people who have left them behind, and then come back that they are in a better shape there than they were on the earth. It's very difficult. This seed in me to do the seva is because of my parents who had given me samskaras, because when I was in 5th grade, my father told me, what are you doing to the people around you? Because I was living in a hut in Delhi. And then I realized that 4 of us who were 5th graders, we took all the women of the households living in juggies or huts and taught them how to read and write Hindi, because we knew if they don't get learned, their children will not go to school, at college, and university. And that was the start. Then the need came of Antyeshti. When I was in America, a lot of my friends' parents were visiting. They passed away, and some of my family members also. And I would give a support from the community came to me, and I moved forward with it. And since then, I haven't stopped, and I don't think I will stop. I was introduced to Gaurav-ji and also to Dr. Joshi by one of the person I knew very well in this area was Yogi Chok, who who has now given me an opportunity to take this to the next level, to the digital world, I would call it. And I'm so glad that this institute, HCI, has this ambition to make this taken to the worldwide, because the need is same, whether it's in India or here. When you lose somebody very dear to yourself, you need somebody to come and touch your hand. Don't worry, I'm with you. Thank you very much. And I appreciate HCI and all the faculty members and their board for giving me an opportunity to serve in the next level. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Madanji. You are an inspiration to all of us.
Mukundji, I'd like to invite you next to give us an update on Ananda Core.
Okay, let me do that. I just got a gentle reminder from Ushaji to keep this short, so I'll try and do that. So as HCI chairperson for Ananda Core, I'm very happy to have the opportunity to provide all our colleagues and assembled guests with an update on the upcoming launch. For those of you who are not familiar with Ananda Core, it is a new service program of the Hindu Community Institute designed to serve the community in several matters of life and living. These include providing information about the celebration of joyful life events such as births and weddings, and assisting families to deal with episodes in the passage of our lives such as ill health and distress, funerals, death, loss, and grief, as Madanji just pointed out to us. Our qualified and trained volunteers will be drawn from our CHT Sangha and other community members with relevant knowledge and experience. They will provide thoughtful guidance, relevant information, and connection to resources for professional services if needed. They're also trained to offer a helping hand, a listening ear, and a compassionate presence. Once we launch this service, Ananda Core volunteers can be contacted by phone, email, or through the HCI website. We are trained to respect privacy and keep all information confidential, and there will never be a charge for our service. We are trained in the path of selfless service and karma yoga as taught in the Gita, and are committed to serve one and all, regardless of faith, nationality, race, or origin, as our freshly minted CHTs have just taken an oath to do. So the development of Ananda Core for readiness is proceeding very rapidly as we get ready for launch in the fourth quarter of this year. As with everything at HCI, it is possible only because of the hard work of Sangha volunteers and some of today's graduates included in those. I want to acknowledge all their efforts and express my sincere thanks to each one of them. We are launching this service in the San Francisco Bay Area and will soon replicate it in Southern California, followed by other locations across the US and abroad. In the coming weeks, I will reach out to each one of you listening today to provide more details and request your help to spread the word about Ananda Core within your community circles. With your help, we will be able to reach out and assist all those that we can. If you have any questions, please reach out to me after today's event and I'll be happy to answer them. The launch later this year of Ananda Core will mark yet another major milestone in HCI's service learning mission, a much needed service by the community for the community. Thank you, Gauravji.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Mukundji. Now I'd like to invite Lakshmi ji to talk about Kutumba, our journey.
Let me, Gauravji,
Gauravji,
Gauravji, hello. Gauravji, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so let me introduce Dr. Lakshmi Srinivasan. And I have to say that, we do our own dollar projects at HCI. All the scholars who are graduating, we ask that either they pay the tuition, but our preference is they do a good project. Some projects turn out to be benchmark, and I'm very happy and proud to introduce to you one of our graduating scholars, Dr. Lakshmi Srinivasan, who has, because of her passion for writing and journalism, she chose a project which we were also waiting for to happen. And that is the creation of a journal for the Institute that will capture the knowledge, our own internal and external, for the benefit of the community, more focused on spiritual care and salient features of Hindu tradition that our children can read about, comes from expertise, authentic knowledge. So her hard work is going to bring us that journal. So it is my pleasure to introduce you to her. She can briefly tell you what it is all about. Lakshmi.
Thank you, Kailashji. Do we have the magazine cover or the journal cover to share?
I believe so, Gaurav. Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you say that?
Thank you so much. One second. Let me move this. Yeah. So, namaste, everyone. We are so happy and proud to introduce Kutumba, the Journal of the Hindu Community Institute. HCI was established in 2018 to provide foundational training for community volunteers and spiritual care providers. Our volunteers serve the broader community regardless of race or religion. And in that spirit, when we named this journal Kutumba, we took inspiration from the Hindu tradition of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is translated as the whole world is a family. We felt Kutumba is especially appropriate as the name for the HCI journal because we work as a community for the community. In the pages of this journal, we will present the work of our dedicated volunteers. You will hear perspectives from people who have received services through HCI and what that support has meant to them. We will also be providing updates on our Counselor of Hindu Tradition course. We will feature resources for providing counseling support, and we will highlight opportunities for learning and serving. Our first issue will be published in early September. We have been fortunate to have superb contributions for this inaugural issue, including articles from CHT alumni who are currently training at the Graduate Theological Union, and from CHT alumni who are expanding HCI volunteer efforts globally. Our first issue also features articles on how we can help provide spiritual support to our college students and on how we can serve as a compassionate presence at the end of life. We plan to publish Kutumba semi-annually. Kutumba is our HCI journal, and we welcome contributions from anyone who would like to write articles relevant to spiritual care and Hindu tradition. Again, our first issue will be published on September 1st, and we really hope you enjoy reading Kutumba. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for a great effort and your continued support and engagement with the editorial team. We appreciate that so much. So now I think I will kind of take on to the, being the oldest in an organization also puts you in a position of being given the position of wrapping it up. And the good thing about that is that everything has been spoken. So my job becomes very simple. All I have to do is summarize and say it maybe in a different way, slightly, and I'm done. So it's a very easy job for me. I think the difficult job is to be able to express the gratitude that I feel for being part of an amazing team. I say to people that we have probably the finest team of Karma Yogis, which is also rapidly growing, which is a good part also. And they all are on the payroll of Om dollars. So we have it's like an infinite. This payroll can keep growing. There's no limit to it. I think we accumulate about $2.5 million in the last 4 years. If we had to pay all the faculty and administrators to run this institution and build it to the stage that it is today, we would have had to have at least $2.5 million to spend. It all has come from the contribution of about 300 volunteers who have done all the work that we do to build the institution. And the thing is, the graduates go on, they do their own dollar projects, and then continue on for more of the Om dollars. It's very addictive, this Om dollar earning business. These are karmic dollars, and those dollars, they go with you. They nobody can steal them. They're yours. So I'm very happy to have a model that works for us in our tradition, in the service of our tradition. So that said, I'd like to now summarize. First of all, the thanks to our amazing speakers, and congratulate our scholars one more time. The HCA leadership team, our faculty associates, our functional leadership team. We basically run ourselves as a corporation with the due structures, great governance. We have a due process because we are also in the process of getting accredited. So all these things need to be very institutionalized. So I'm very happy that we are very quality conscious in that regard. I think our partnership with GTU is a major benchmark for us. Our partnership with the Motwani Jadeja Foundation is a benchmark for us. They all give us energy, ideas, and support, and an avenue to grow. Our partnership with HCA and emerging partnerships in South Africa, Canada, India, and other. We want to get to 10 countries. A diaspora, like I think one of our speakers talk about, the sun will not set. This endeavor will always have somebody awake to call in the network. And given the technology, given our knowledge base, we call them knowledge assets, they're going to be shared by all the people around the globe. So if you want to look for something about Hindu Sanskara or look for something about palliative care, all those, they'll be all in the same. So there'll be a consistency in the knowledge being disseminated to the communities also across the board. So I think we have, in 4 years, we have come from a simple idea to a institution that is looking to become accredited, and someday maybe a global institute of chaplaincy, perhaps. Who knows where we go with this? But without the support and enthusiastic participation of incoming scholars, faculty, and administration, and the community that participates with us, and the donors, we don't do active solicitation fund, but we do need money. So there are people who have a desire to support a cause like ours. We welcome financial contributions also from people. And so last but not the least, I want to thank our MC, Nishta ji, thank Usha ji, who's Assistant Dean. She's always been very hard on this one. I don't want to forget people, but those people who have really sort of hung in there for this preparation of this program. All of resident faculty, Mukundji, Punitji, Manglaji, and our Gauravji, who is, to me, is like a man with infinite talents. And everything we do, I think somebody said about before, I always say that, his signatures are everywhere. And he manages this HCI equally, despite his professional engagements, family engagements. He gives time in building this institution. I'm very grateful for that. So with that, I say thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day and late night to some, and morning to some, and our HCA people who are meeting in person in Australia. I wish you very happy gathering and good celebrations face to face. Thank you.
Thank you, Kailashi. Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite everyone to please turn on your cameras, and the graduates, please bring your certificate up. We're going to take one massive selfie. Make sure to smile and open your cameras up. Usha ji, what is the secret word? It's not cheese, because that may not be healthy. Might be Om dollars or CHT.
CHT, yeah. HCR.
All right. All right. Taking a selfie now.
Say happy Janmashtami.
Yeah,
Happy Janmashtami.
Janmashtami is good.
All right. 1 second. 1 second. And 3, 2, 1. Done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this wonderful ceremony. I'm going to lead us all into the closing prayers, which is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. I am going to mute everyone to allow us to just chant silently. I'm going to mute all. All right, wonderful. Please sit comfortably. We're going to chant Om once, and then the closing prayers, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. Please sit comfortably in any posture with the back straight, back, neck and head in a straight line. Close your eyes gently and gently bring a smile to your face. Relax your shoulders, relax your belly. Bring your palms together in Namaskar Mudra. We're going to chant Om once. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Inhale and chant. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take your arms behind you. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Breathing in. Inhale and stretch. As you exhale, bend forward in a deep sense of surrender. Come back up, breathing in. Release your hands. Rub your palms together to generate some heat. And then gently cup your eyeballs to transfer that heat. Massaging the face and the neck. And then blinking, open your eyes and pull your palms back like an open book. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank all the FAs, all the faculty, all the resident faculty, everyone who's put this program together. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to all our special esteemed guests. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations once again on your graduation. And we will see you.
Thank you so much.
Namaskar.
I don't have enough words to thank you all. Thank you so much. Have happy Janmashtami.
I just put up a link for a very beautiful dance performance. So really worth watching, but we didn't want to take up your time because we were already exceeding. Okay, so please maybe we can put it up in the chat.
Don't let people just put the thing on. Let it play as people are.
Okay, wonderful. Why don't I do that?
Yeah, just put it up. It's a good thing to
It's a really good one. Yeah.
leave with the
Have
sweet
5 minutes
in the mouth.